All right, now we're going to do a variation on a theme. Now you're looking up thinking, well, that looks pretty similar. Yeah, it does. We've got a light on a boom stand, strobe on a boom stand aiming back at 45 degrees. So different than the one we did with Mark earlier where it was kind of straight down. This one's kind of aiming back, all right? We're going to do a traditional beauty look. Now a beauty look is usually shot on a white solid background. You see a black background back here. Well, we have a trick to getting a solid white background because when you want to do this kind of beauty shot, there's two things you want. You want wrapping light to wrap around the subject's face, kind of really nice wrapping all the way around the edges. Number two is you want a solid white background. You want the actual background to blow out to white so it's almost like blown out highlights. Well, there's a technique we can use using the actual light itself that'll give us kind of the beauty look we're looking for. Now here's the kicker. You also have to prepare the model to look right for this. So a couple of key things are, is they're gonna have to pull their hair back in a ponytail. So a ponytail in the back, and you don't really wanna see the hair in the back. And if there are any little stray hairs hanging out, that is something we'll remove in Photoshop because it's a little too hard to kind of tangle those on the set. So also this is an off the shoulders shoot. So because you wanna be able to see a little bit of shoulder, a lot of neck, head, and just really focuses right in on the face. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Shay come into this set in just a moment. She's wearing like a tank top. We're going to have her pull both of the sleeves down so she has bare shoulders. Now if someone can wear a bare shoulder like tube top or something like that, that works just as well. Now, but how are we going to get that white perfect background and the wrapping light and all with just one light? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to use this light just like you see it. So we're going to put a large softbox back here, in this case a 39 by 39, but use whatever your big softbox is. If it's bigger, you can go with a bigger one. What we're going to do is we're actually going to take this in a moment and we're going to have Brad turn it so it's flat. So she's actually standing in front of the softbox, and the softbox is going to kind of be aiming up at this light. That's to kind of help minimize the lens flare, because we're probably going to have a little bit of lens flare. Now, we can set up a tunnel, and we probably will in just a few minutes, so we'll set up a tunnel to help me shoot through that to minimize that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get the background in place. So I'm going to bring in Brad, and Brad's going to put the background. All we're going to do, I put this sideways so you can see, so it's going to be up, angling up at a 45-degree back, and then it is our white background right there. All right? So this light is kind of aiming up at that light, and the reason why we have it aiming up too is so it's not aiming straight right dead into the camera. So now your subject goes right in between here. You're going to shoot through there. It's going to wrap light around both sides of your subject, and then it's going to come here. So we're going to bring Shay in for just a moment, and we're going to position her kind of in between these two. And you see her hair's back in a ponytail for the look, and then we're going to have her just pull her straps down so we have the off-the-shoulder look. And again, if you know you're going to do this look with your subject before they get there, you can tell them, make sure you're bringing something that's off the shoulder. In this case, we can improvise. It was no problem whatsoever. One thing about this is I need to get my angle of view up just a little bit higher. That's why we use these apple boxes you see down here over on the floor. A lot of studios have these, and it's just a very, very solid platform to stand on, so you can get up just about a foot height. Because the way I'm going to compose this is from right here going up. And so to get that kind of angle of attack, for lack of a better term, and keep most of her head in the shot, I'm going to need to be up just a little bit higher. We're going to shoot this in portrait style, so I'm going to be shooting tall, which is why it helps to have one of these battery grips on here, because then I've got a trigger at the top of my camera. So let me go ahead and take a test shot here first, and let's see where we're at. All right, now, Shay, I'm going to have you look straight at the camera, chin down just a little bit, and we already have the hair back. Let's see how that looks. That looks good. All right, now I can see from here the whole background is blinking. The entire thing is blinking, and it should be blinking. Let's put it on again here so you can see. Because that's what you want. You really want that whole background just blinking bright white. That means it's all blown out. But the thing I'm looking for is, does the light come wrapping around her face? Absolutely it does. There's something missing though. As I look at this, I can see that it's a little bit dark in here because we just have the one light coming from underneath. We're going to need to add one third component to this. We have the back light, we have the front light, we're going to need a reflector. I'm going to have Brad bring in a silver reflector. Let's try silver this time because I want to push a lot of light back up in there, and he's going to put it just below her neck, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't get in the shot. So let me go here, and Brad, bring it down just a little bit. All right, good, right there. And just look straight at the camera, Shay. Very nice. All right. Let me just take a look at the difference. Absolutely like night and day. You can see here, the previous shot had lots of shadows under her chin, shadows under the eye, and the next one, her whole face is literally glowing. That's the look you're looking for, that kind of glow. Let's go ahead and take a couple more shots with this, and then we'll go ahead and build our, we'll use our flags to minimize any of the washout from this, all right? Again, I'm focusing right on the eyes. This time I have them right focused on the eyes. Very nice. A little bit of a smile, Shay. There we go, nice. All right, so now I'm gonna have David and Brad bring in the, just to kind of minimize how much, and bring it in, I just need a little tiny sliver because I'm shooting wide, so bring them in kind of tight. And I'm gonna have you push back just about a foot, if you guys will. All right, hey, while we're doing this, can you take just a look at that stand? You wanna show them the stand? This is kind of a new stand. These stands are great if you're like shooting weddings and you're in a church, because what happens is when you set them down, they automatically expand. Go ahead and set it down. They're called cheetah stands, are they, Brad? Yep. All right, they're called cheetah stands, and when you lift them up, watch how they collapse. You move them where you want them and just set them back down, and they set right back down. Where this works so great for wedding photographers is a lot of times you're having to shoot inside a church in between pews. So you can pick this thing up, move inside a pew, set it right back down, and it expands. Those things are incredibly handy for shooting weddings. And since David's a wedding photographer, you like those cheetah stands?
Very much.
Aren't those cool? Those things are really great. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I guess it kind of does in some level. All right, Brad, bring this one in just a little bit. I just need a thin little slit to shoot through right there. All right, that's going to help minimize some of the spill from anything. And let me make sure I'm not getting the, there we go. Let me close in a little tighter. Brad's got that in there. And got it, great. The colors look much more saturated. I'm not getting any kind of spill. And let me take a couple of more. Now just one thing you have to make sure when you're shooting this is not to see the ponytail in the back. I also like to get most of the head, the whole head and everything in the shot. Very nice. All right, great. Okay, another shot. Again, we're only really using two lights. The reflector is kind of acting as our third light, bouncing light back up in there, and the two flags that we did help control the whole thing.